Witch Boy Columbus here. I am doing YouTube Pagan Challenge week 23. How important is your diet / magical use of food? To me, it's two things, but they're both related. I'm going to answer the magical part first. Now, I am more of lackadaisy or fly by the seat of my pants type guy, and I don't always make food like for like cakes and ale or whatever. I don't do that because I don't necessarily like always do circle when I'm doing a ritual. I don't think it's always necessary unless I'm trying to build a lot of energy, but that's a whole other video. So the same way I feel about that is I feel about magical food. I don't always have to do it. Now, that being said, every time I cook, like when I'm cutting and all that, I'm always adding my intent. So I think that's very important. I want my food to be positive, and I want it to be healing and nourish. Well, that's not the word I want. Is it nurturing? But it's not nurturing. That's nutritional, but you know what I mean. I want it to give it to me. I don't know why I can't think of how to put that. But and I'm having a little bit of an allergy attack because I just cleaned my altar, so I apologize. I dusted it and I shook out my altar closet. By the way, I tend to get wax on everything, apparently. But so anyway, back to the question. So yeah, I don't always make magical food, but I think it's important that aspect. Now, that being said, as part of my path, my diet is a huge part. Now, sorry, I'm seeing dust everywhere today. Before you turn off my video and go, he's going to go on some vegan rant. I have made this video like 4 times. I watched a lot of people's week 23 videos. I've subscribed to a lot, even the people that I did not agree with. I started getting very upset and taking it personal. And then I was like, you know what? This is about me. I don't need to worry about what other people think. But I would like them to at least watch my video with open mind and not think I'm making an attack on anyone and I'm not preaching to anyone or what have you. For me, it started when I was younger. I was kind of a party kid. I was young and gay and going out, and drugs were a thing, and liquor was a thing, and so all of that. And later in life, I decided to cut that out. I just decided I was done. I didn't like the friends. I knew they were toxic, and I just needed to change. I was also, I know I've talked about it before, performing a lot. And when you are, I don't know if other drag entertainers or whatever label they want to use feel the same way, because I noticed when I watch like certain shows, they always say, you know, be yourself, be you. But to me, it wasn't being me. I was acting. I was putting on a character. And then because I performed so much and I was always in the public eye, it was like this ongoing character. And I lost who I was. It wasn't important. I know that people, you know, the basic crowd didn't really care much about what's going on in my personal life. You know what I mean? Or about me as a person. They were just wanted to see the antics of this character I created. So after all that, I can go really in depth about that, but that's probably another video, because if I can tell you now, this video is going to get really long. But basically, I was always been a very thin person. I was like 150, 155, 160. That's kind of big back then for me. But then I jumped. When I stopped doing all of that and cut all the people out of my life, I was really working on me. I was by myself. I really talked to very few people. I can probably count them on that many. So while I was doing that, I was eating bad. I wasn't going out. I was not active. I really got into searching about my path, and you know, this is all before Facebook and YouTube and all of that. So I was at home most of the time, and I really found a niche to escape from the being lonely kind of by gaming, because it's when you're an I do massive multi-online playing games, so MMOs, that I can talk to people. I talk to people all over the world. I have currently close to 800 people in my guild, so when I'm always talking to people. And that there was a social thing, but I like the game part here. But where I'm going with this is during that time, I put on a lot of weight. I jumped up by almost 100 pounds. I went from like 155, 160, probably more like 155 to 250. So that's a pretty big jump. And when your body's not used to that, you know, I was always thin, I was more athletic, and then I just put all this weight on, and I wasn't being active at all. And so like I said, meanwhile I was searching about my path, and I decided later that I wanted to be better as a whole. So I started doing a lot of research. I initially started with doing a 1 week, and then I did a 2 week raw food cleanse. I just ate raw food, not like raw meat or anything like that, like raw vegetables, raw nuts, raw seeds, raw that, you know what I mean, like all that kind of stuff. I did that for a week, and I'm just vegan. And then I did a 2 week one a couple months later, and that really helped me jump, because I was started to work out a lot, like at least 5 or 6 days a week. And I just started small. I just started walking on a treadmill. I used to then try and run, and then I would see how long I could run for, and then usually there's a setting where you can go back and forth between walking and running. And then I realized I hated that because the treadmill, my knees bothered me. So I switched to a different machine. And anyway, that's a long thing, but I got down to 160 again. And when I got down, well, I plateaued about like 170, I think. And this is pounds, by the way. So I was like, you know, while I was doing all this, I was still researching about where my food comes from, what's eating healthy, you know, because there's so many bad things, there's so many gimmicks, there's so many people trying to make money off the fact that you're big, that they prey on that. And so I was trying to get to the bottom of everything. I never forget, I saw a professor / doctor. It's like a doctor and a professor, medical doctor, professor. And I forget what university. And I think he was on Oprah. And he said the #1 golden rule is to never eat anything with a label on it. Now, I take that to heart, but at the same time, I'm also a realist, so I know that can't always happen. You know what I mean? I mean, it could if I was a lot more disciplined, but I'm not that disciplined, and sometimes I just want to eat something quick. So, but I have switched to being organic, and becoming a vegan. I switched because I was also reading all these, you know, all the books, the basic books and stuff. I always talk about this. They had a big influence because they were like, you know, take care of your body, and it harm none. And that includes the one, you know what I mean? You shouldn't knowingly, and I think that's the problem I have is when I watch other people's videos is that they're kind of in denial and kidding themselves at the same time. And it really worries me because I strive to be as knowledgeable as I can, so that I don't talk out of turn. Or if I do, it's because I'm making an educated guess or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, and the more I think about it, is the horrible, horrible things that is done to our food-like products that are here in the United States, which are banned from other countries, and for good reason. They're just horrible. And besides the ethical side, they torture. It's just amazing to me what they do to food, and people are so glazed over and don't want to know, and that it becomes almost, they are angry, you know. And I try really hard not to be one of those vegans where I'm constantly whatever, but you know what, at the same time, I'm not going to hide, I don't hide any part of me, you know what I mean? I don't hide my sexual identity, I don't hide my spiritual identity, I don't hide the fact that I'm a guy, I don't, you know what I mean? I breathe. I'm not going to hide whatever. And my diet, you know what I mean? If people ask, I'm going to talk about it. And when people try and give me food or try and make me go to a restaurant or whatever, and I have to constantly explain, I can't eat that, I'm not going to eat that, I'm not going to eat that, that somehow I'm putting them out. And I just don't think that's fair. For me, in my path, I think this is the correct thing. I've come to terms with, I mean, science, all the experiments and everything that I've read that aren't ran, you have to be careful because there's a lot of experiments and a lot of stuff that are being run by the meat industry, by the dairy industry, by the egg, chicken, poultry, you know, all that. Those experiments are funded by them, so of course they're going to make themselves look great. People lie. That's what they do. So when it boils down to it, the only reason, which is a selfish one, that we eat what we want to eat is for taste only. Now, to me, when I say selfish, is because two reasons. I'm torturing, murdering, and killing a living, breathing being. To me, that like a cow is no different than a dog or a cat or a fish or what have you. I am doing horrible, well, I'm not, but I'm paying someone to do horrible, horrible things or inject them with antibiotics because it's so the living conditions are bad, or hormones, or GMOs, or you know, whatever. I'm doing that because I want the taste. There is no reason in this day and age for us to eat animal products. None. And I think that's why I got frustrated with other videos, is that people were like, oh, well, you know, I was vegetarian, but I wasn't getting enough nutrients, so I had to incorporate fish and blah, blah, bullshit. I'm calling bullshit right now. Because first of all you have, it's a simple, this many words in the Google search bar of how do I get omega-3, or how do I get protein, or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it's just, it's a cop-out, and I just, like I said, I call bullshit. I'd rather you just simply say, I mean, I wish people would come to terms with themselves and say, I want to eat it because I'm selfish bastard. And I'm not trying to attack anyone. So if you are feeling like I'm coming down at you or feeling guilty or what have you, that is you. I'm not pushing that on anyone. But if it makes you think and that makes you feel guilt, then maybe you should explore why you feel guilty. Why do you hate what I'm saying so much? Is it truly me, or is it because of your own actions? So, now that I've become really ranty, and back to the basic part of the question is, it's very, very important to me. And I just I'm not asking everyone to follow what I do. I do think my way is right, but I don't necessarily want to push that on anyone. I want them, though, my biggest hope is to do your own research. Uncorrupted research. You know what I mean? Look at different sources, look at different opinions. Why are they opinion? How are they coming to the conclusion of making those assumptions? Is it data? Is it their own scientific data? Or is it what they're reading from somebody else's? Or was it paid for by a specific group? Was it whatever? Do homework. I also heard, I'm going to do one a little bit more, is that people were, well, I didn't have enough money and it's expensive to eat organic. And yeah, at one time it was. If you go to certain markets, Whole Traders, I don't want to say their name, but those were really pricey. But now everywhere has organic options. There's got to be there's farmer markets. If there's none of those around you, most of them you can get organic stuff. Now you have to be sure because you're going to take it to work for it. You know what I mean? But like Kroger, Aldi, they all have huge organic, healthier options now. I believe the is it USDA? I'm not sure. And I haven't fact checked this, so don't take my word for it. I really need to fact check this. But I was told by somebody and on Facebook a while back that the whatever is in charge of that has now taken dairy from eating healthy. Like it's no longer considered part of a healthy diet. I don't know how true that is, but I do know the dairy people were really pissed off and they were interviewing them and they were, mad. So it's just little things like that. Stay in touch. Try not to be glazed over and, you know what I mean? If you're in a plane crash and marooned on an island or living off the land and you have no way of coming up with protein, nuts, beans, then maybe I'll give you that. But unless you're able, I don't know. I don't want to condone killing anything, but if you do it yourself, I have more respect for you than if you pay someone to. But at the same time, you don't have to torture. I just watched this horrible video about Yulin Dog Meat Festival, and it made me really emotional. And so I had to, of course, make a video. Like I said, I've done this 4 times, so. But the basics of the question, it's very important to me. It's very important. It's part of my spirituality. Just like certain mainstream religions say, we don't eat pork, or we don't eat this, we don't eat that. I have chosen to not eat any of them. If you have any questions or concerns or comments, please don't attack me. Just keep them positive. I'll discuss it with anybody. But you can hit me up on Facebook, Twitter. All the links are on my channel, and you can comment in the comment section below. I try and respond to everyone. Sometimes if you get a like from me, I might like your post and not comment right away, and that's because I get sidetracked and I forget to go back and comment. The reason I like them is so that I at least did something. Okay, so thank you for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Blessed be.